Hello guys, Fred here from Pro Tennis Trader. Hope you're well. In this video, I'll be sharing with you my pre-tournament trading strategy selections for the French Open, which starts on Sunday, the 26th of May. As usual, I'll be running my Platinum Trader service, so please do check it out, and you can enroll and see past results at protennistrader.teachable.com. Of course, I'll put a link in the description box below. So, this is a strategy that you can adopt before any tennis tournament begins. Now, the general idea is that when you back a player before the tournament starts, their price will shorten as they progress throughout the tournament, and hence we can take profit along the way. But of course, it's not as black and white as this. You simply can't randomly select any player and expect to make profit from them as they glide through each round of the tournament seamlessly. You need to have a clearly defined strategy with a risk managed approach. And I've done a video a while back covering this, so please check out this video, which of course the link is in the description box below, but for the purposes of this video with my selections, I'll just recap on the criteria that I look for before telling you my selections. So I got a 4-point staking plan, so I'll only ever be risking a maximum of 4 points on this strategy. Now, if you want to know more about my banking strategies and risk management approach, then you can take my free Introduction into Tennis Trading course. Now, essentially, my trading bank is made up into an overall of 100 points with a 4 points per match risk strategy. So with this strategy, we are adopting the same level of risk as we would do in a usual tennis trading match. Now, one of the reasons for this strict staking method is due to the fact that very often you may have a number of match risks happening at the same time. And of course, you don't want to run out of your bank to fund your trades due to the funds being tied up elsewhere. So before we move on to how we are going to attribute this 4-point stake, let's take a look at some pricing. So essentially for this strategy, I classify players into different risk categories, and this will enable us to evaluate the level of risk and therefore calculate the stake for each player that we are backing. So there are 4 categories. There's category 1, which are low risk players. Category 2, which are medium risk players. Category 3, high risk. And category 4, very high risk. Now, of course, much like when we are placing any other types of trades, the level of risk is directly proportionate to the opposing level of reward. So with low risk, you get low reward. With high risk, you get high reward. Now, of course, this level of risk is directly relative to probability. So low risk, low reward, higher probability. Higher risk, higher reward, lower probability. And so this is the criteria that I use to classify players for the purpose of this trading strategy. So for category 1, these are players priced under 5.0. Category 2 are players priced between 5.01 and 10.0. Category 3 are players priced between 10.01 and 20.0. And then category 4, which are our very high risk players, these are players priced above 20.01. So here is the staking plan for this strategy. Now please remember, we are only risking an overall trade stake of 4 points. So this is how I attribute these 4 points. I'll place 1 point on a category 1 player. So this is a player priced under 5.0. I will then place another point on category 2 players. Now these will be split over 1 or 2 players, depending on other criteria. I will then split 1.5 points on category 3 players. Now this may be over 2 or 3 players. And then for the final half a point, I will place this half point on a category 4 player, actually split between 2 to 4 players. Now these are very high risk, but of course, if it pays off, they are high reward. Okay, so that is the staking plan for this pre-tournament trading strategy. So here are my selections for the French Open. Now these are my personal selections. As a disclaimer, this is not financial investment advice, and if you do follow my selections, of course, you do so at your own risk. So first off, for my category 1 player, which I'll be placing a 1-point back trade, I'm going for Swiatek at 1.75. For my category 2 players, which is 1 point split over 2 players, I'm going for Alcaraz, priced at 3.9, and Yannick Sinner, priced at 6. Category 3 players, which is 1.5 points profit split. This time I'm going to split this over 2 players, and I'm going to go for Coco Gauff at 9.8 and Rybakina at 12.5. And then my category 4 players. This is going to be a 0.5 point split, and this is over 2 players. We're going Nadal at 20 and Medvedev at 36. Now please be aware that these players are not simply pulled out of a hat. There is a great degree of analysis that goes into selecting these players, including recent form, past performance, in-play stats, and of course their records at the French Open and on the French Open surface. Now of course with this strategy some selections are highly influenced by their prices, but there is a lot more behind the scenes that goes on with these selections. So please remember that you do need to have a strategy for when you're going to start locking in profit on these selections as the tournament progresses. It's not just a simple set and leave strategy in the hope that one of the selections will win the tournament. You're looking to lock in profit as the tournament progresses, but also keep an eye on who your players could potentially face in the next round, as you may find that a player whose price is shortened may then drift if they're suddenly facing a much higher ranked player or a player who's in particularly good form, who's been just seamlessly gliding through the rounds. Now of course feel free to follow my selections, but as always this is at your own risk and I accept no responsibility for any losses incurred. Now I hope you enjoy the French Open as much as I will, and if you haven't taken my course already or if you haven't signed up to the French Open Platinum Traders, you can do so by following the link in the description box below, which is protennistrader.teachable.com. Now please note that enrollment for Platinum Traders closes on Sunday the 26th of May. In the meantime, happy trading and have a great French Open.
Now if you found this video useful, then please do check out my YouTube channel for loads more videos and subscribe to be notified of when I upload new videos. And if you'd like to become a successful tennis trader, then you can start your journey by enrolling on my free video course, An Introduction into Tennis Trading, at protennistrader.com. And you can also grab a free copy of my ebook, Tennis Trading, the Ultimate Guide to Getting Started. I'll see you soon.